I'd like to call to order our May the 3rd, 2021 Jones County Board of Education regular meeting. I'd like to thank all visitors, guests, and all those watching virtually in attendance. Ms. Candace, please let the record show we have a quorum of 5 board members present in the boardroom. Mr. Griffin, Mr. Walston, myself, Mr. Brown, and Ms. Fial. Also in attendance is Superintendent Dr. Thigpen and Board Attorney Colin Shive. At this time, I would like to ask all to stand for our Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Every time we get done with that, one round.
At this time, I'll ask for approval of the regular session Jones County Board of Education meeting minutes on April the 12th and April 23rd. I think they are in our pack.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. Ms. Fial made a motion to approve. Second by Mr. Brown. All in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carries. At this time, I'll ask if there are any adjustments to our agenda. Starting with Mr. Griffin,
Not that I see.
Mr. Walston,
No.
Mr. Brown, Ms. Fial. Okay. No further adjustments. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Griffin,
Second.
second by Ms. Fial. All in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carries 5-0.
I got one quick question. I should have said something before that, but are these minutes all right stating about the amount we're supposed to stipend? Motion started, the board stipend will be $300. Should that be worded out, 100 and stipend and 200 travel? Should that be more specific, or are we okay with that like it is?
Which one was that?
It's D.
April 12th.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have caught that before. I was trying to read ahead. Are we okay leaving that? I mean, that's the total, but do we need a breakdown in the minutes?
If we want to be perfectly clear about it, probably have to be perfectly clear, say, like you're suggesting, Larry, 100 stipend, 200, total of $300, 100 is a stipend, 200 travel reimbursement.
If we want to, I'm just asking, Colin knows the way to go. Make a note of that.
We've already approved the minutes as they were.
What's your advice?
So we already did approve?
Yes, we did.
Already approved the minutes.
I'm
as they were.
sorry, I was 30 seconds behind. In reading.
You can always make a motion to reconsider your previous vote.
Okay.
Um,
Does anybody want to make a motion to reconsider the previous vote on the minutes from April 12th?
Considering we just got advice from our attorney to make it point blank and exactly like it is, I'm gonna make the motion that we vote again, or ever how you worded it.
A motion to reconsider.
Motion.
We need a motion to reconsider. That's by Mr. Walton. Do I have a second to reconsider?
Second.
Okay. Second by Mr. Brown. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. All right, so now we're going to reconsider the minutes.
So now, Larry, you can make a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
And the amendment saying what? The amended version?
Specifying that the stipend consists of $100 stipend and $200 for travel expenses.
I just wanted to hear you say it to make sure I was getting it right.
We don't really have to approve the travel stipend, do we? Because it was already like that. Is that correct? It hadn't changed.
We're not approving anything.
Yeah.
This is what we're requesting the county commissioners to approve. So I think it's better to make it perfectly clear what it is.
That's all I want to do is get the wording right.
Yeah.
So say how I need to make the motion again. I'm sorry.
How did we present it to them 2 years ago?
You mean in which form?
I mean, in how, what form? Because we had 200 and whatever the other figure was, 625 or whatever it was. You know how, do you know how you're the one that wrote it, was it not?
Yeah, I don't recall off the top of my head.
It needs to be similar to that, does it not?
It does, the only thing that matters is that it's clear to them what it is we're asking for.
I'm motion that we amend, the minutes to say $100 stipend and $200 travel for the board, $50 for, additional meetings.
Motion on the table by Mr. Walston. Do I hear a second? Can I? Okay. Mr. Brown, second. All in favor, say aye.
All right,
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 5-0. To amend the minutes from
I'm sorry about that, I
April
should have been quicker, y'all, my bad.
We approved the agenda. And now we'll head into item number 2, public comments. Do we have any public comments?
Yes, I do. I have one for tonight.
3-minute time limit.
Jones County School Board. The Jones Senior High School class of 2021 will always be one to remember. They're a strong group of students that, despite the challenges this year has brought, have persevered. Graduation is a time to bring together family and friends to celebrate their steps into adulthood, a chance to begin their new lives now that they are free to choose their paths. This pandemic has robbed the class of 2021 the last 2 years of memories and events. They had no senior trip, yearbook signings, classroom pickups as a class, homecomings, normal senior portraits, etc. We were informed that this year's graduation will be the same format as last year's drive-in with one car per student. According to Executive Order 196 5-3 states drive-in events are not prohibited mass gatherings if the participants all stay within their vehicle, such as at a drive-in movie theater. Drive-in events are also not subject to the capacity limitations specified in sections 3 and 6 of this executive order. Accordingly, this order, there is no capacity limitations on a drive-in graduation if the drive-in graduation is ultimately the final decision. I contacted schools in Onslow, Craven, and Lenore counties, and the majority all have outdoor graduations on the football field, giving their students anywhere from 2 to 10 tickets each. Swansboro High School, 5 tickets each. Jacksonville High School, 6 tickets each. Northside High School on football field, not sure tickets at this time. Richlands High School football field, not sure tickets at this time. Southwest High School football field, 5 tickets. West Craven High School, 10 tickets each, football field. Havelock High School, 5 tickets each, football field or inside, depending upon weather. New Bern High School, 5 tickets, football field. Kinston High, 2 tickets. South Lenore football field, if bad weather, will be inside. Tickets not sure of count this month. These schools have much larger senior classes than we do. We have 86 seniors in Jones Senior High School class of 2021. If the larger schools are having their ceremonies either on the football field or gym, I'm sure Jones Senior can do the same. These kids have spent 13 years of their lives counting pre-K to get to the moment of graduation, to only have it reduced to a drive-in. Respectfully submitted, Keeper McDaniel. Those are all the public comments.
Okay. Appreciate it, Dave. We'll move now into our discussion items. Our COVID-19 update.
Just going to share with the board, this is our latest data from last week as far as positive tests among students and staff. Currently, we have 3 active student cases and no active staff cases. You were made aware of a situation today at one grade level by email, but so far, everything with our return seems to be going well, and we've had very little problems with COVID. And returning to Plan A.
Is that one school or is it over?
That 3 active is throughout the county.
That's the whole county.
I mean, that number represents.
I didn't know if it was a cluster. Okay. Any questions on COVID-19?
Yes, sir.
Now for the academic update.
I wanted to let you know that we've gotten our summer learning program details together. It will be held June 2nd through July 17th for K through 8 and begin July 7th through July 19th for grades 9 through 12. And so we've advertised for, teachers to teach. Many districts are having trouble getting people to teach, but we've not had any issues. We've had more than we need apply for positions, and so things are going well.
You're advertising outside the county as well as inside the county, just advertising?
Just
in our
within the
district?
county, we've had enough people within our county.
Excuse me, Dr. Thigpen, what was the date on the high school? The
July.
9 through 12?
We're starting high school June. I'm sorry, I think I may have said July, but I meant June 7th through July 19th. We're starting high school a week later because they'll graduate on the 5th, and so they're starting a week later than elementary.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any questions on academic update? Moving into our facilities report.
Well, I'm glad to report to you that the permitting process is taking place. As a matter of fact, we got an email this afternoon that the permits were ready. And so it looks like everything's going to be moving forward with our softball and baseball field. And so that's the latest news from Tim and concerning that.
I can also chime in and let you know that I spoke with the county attorney today, and the county commissioners are going to be taking up tonight the Maysville properties to decide whether or not to act officially on our offer for them to purchase those.
Okay.
So we'll know after tonight what the position is.
They're going to do what? They're going to act on them?
They're going to decide whether or not they want to purchase them or not.
With the ball field, I know we met the 23rd. Do we have a contract in place yet with the low bid, or do you know where we're at with the process with that?
It's my understanding that Ferry and Sons they're the ones checking into the permits and all that. So soon we've got the contract and all in place.
Does that contract need to be studied by Colin, or is that just through Avalos?
I'm happy to take a look at it. We have form contracts that we use for construction projects. I would think that Adams would probably use something close to our form, but I'm happy to take a look at it. I don't have a contact for Adams, so I don't know if Tim wants to just shoot that to me.
Okay.
Have you had any more inquiry with Dr. Thigpen about anything about the ball fields? I mean,
No, sir.
I just wondered.
Any other facility updates? Any needs or anything that may be?
Not at this time. We're going to address with ESSER funding some of the HVAC needs, but once we get all that solidified, we'll let you make your own resolution.
No other questions. I guess we'll move into our budget report.
Good evening. The budget report was attached. It shows the monthly spending for the month of April up until last week. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Did on the budget I guess it's budget code 852, and it said ball field capital project, 1.4 million. This money has been changed to district-wide renovation.
There's more additional funding inside that. code besides the ball field, so that's why we included the correct description. You'll notice on the budget resolution, you'll approve for next fiscal year, when we increase the budget to 2.9 to cover all that.
What number was that, somebody make sure I got the right one?
52.
852?
Last page.
Okay.
I'll be stuck. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
PLS updates, the first reading.
Good evening again. In the spring PLS update, there are 48 policies in this update. This includes 23 policies with major updates and 25 with only minor changes, many of which are technical updates to statutory sites. I do have those attached as well. Tonight is just for the first reading, there's no approval. So we'll take a look at those, and then I'd like to have the second reading and approval of those policies at the June 7th board meeting.
You know what we call this, David? Salmonettes. You use it to go to sleep with it at night. Just about 3 nights worth. Gotta be done. Mr. Parker, we got a couple comments that might be a little bit out of line, but some of the fans at home want us to speak up. So if you can't hear us back there, just give us a high sign, please.
I can hear you fine.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions for me?
No.
All right. Sounds good.
Sorry, Dave. Thank you.
Okay. All right, we will move now to our action items. Approval of the state of CTE Southeast Regional Workforce and CTE local plan.
Good evening, everyone.
I'm gonna start mine so she can share.
Ms. Lee, if you will, hook on to the AirPlay, and you should get a code.
Six, 2, 1, 2.
Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to talk about CTE and all the great things that's going on here in Johnson County and the state of CTE, where we're going, what our plans are for the future, or what we would like for our plans to be. So, we have 4 items here that we really need to focus on. Increase work-based learning with local business and industry, which includes possibly sometime people of business or industries inside of the county or outside of the county. Also, increase student awareness to obtain credentials to reflect the top 5 job opportunities in the Southeast Prosperity Zone. Increase career awareness in 5th grade based on the guidance from House Bill 196. Also, our comprehensive local needs assessment, which the local needs assessment is a 2-year item. So it was approved last year by the board. So I've given that paperwork to Dr. Buchanan, and also only the chairman and Dr. Buchanan, for the chairman of the board to sign that. It's the same exact plan because it's a 2-year plan. Why does Johnson County Public Schools need work-based learning? To be competitive in the Southeast Prosperity Zone. What is the Prosperity Zone? The state of North Carolina operates 8 administrative regions known as the Prosperity Zone. The Prosperity Zones were created by the North Carolina Legislature in 2015. The state employs subject matter experts in each zone, from transportation and environmental topics to workforce development, community planning, a liaison to existing businesses in the zone. Regional contacts for the Southeast Prosperity Zone meets once a quarter to keep each other up to date on happenings in the zone and to collaborate on services offered. And what we try to do, we try to make sure that whatever jobs are trending in the Southeast and in North Carolina, that we are offering those programs at Jones Senior High School. So this is what has occurred because of COVID. Where the deficiencies are in the workforce are highlighted in the yellow. So I'll give you a moment to look over this. Okay. So with that being said, we have healthcare at Jones Senior High School, retail trade, meaning sales 1 and 2, we offer that program. Also, students can obtain a Serve Safe credential. We don't have anything in relationship to manufacturing, but our agriculture program, we do have welding also in that program. And at the bottom, arts, entertainment, and recreation. So this is the prosperity zone, and this is where Jones County, right, in the prosperity zone when it comes to unemployment. Currently, Jones County employed 4,024. And that's the difference from 2020, 211, minus 5%. So North Carolina employed by demographics. So all this information comes from the North Carolina Commerce. Okay, and it talks about the demographics here. So as you can well see what the deficiencies are and where they are. Okay. And this is our North Carolina employment information. The North Carolina job seekers per postings February 2020 and February 2021. So this is the ratio. Healthcare practitioners, and of course, as you will know, we have a thriving health science program at Jones Senior High School where students are graduated there, receiving their CNA. So these are some of the top jobs, and we do have transportation. We have an automotive program that's up and coming with Mr. Perry, and they are doing extremely well in that. And our business program for sales also. So these are the pathways. When they say CTE pathways, these are the pathways that are offered in North Carolina. Of course, we don't, since we're small, we don't receive that much funding, but we do have 8 teachers, and we have 1 teacher that teaches 2 programs of study, which is Mrs. Kendall. She teaches business. She can teach business and marketing. So currently she's teaching marketing. So these are all the programs, the pathways, career clusters whereby we offer, that's offered in North Carolina.
So you said you have 8 teachers teaching 9 programs?
Yes. And Mrs. Blackwell, excuse me, she was teaching, she can teach foods and early childhood education. So that means she can, students can leave there with a certificate, some type of certification in the educational field to offer some teachers. So this is our concentrator outcomes. These are students that graduated and they went down a career path, meaning they took 4 CTE classes to become a concentrator, and that is our ranking in the state, 92.59%. This is a video I'm going to go on past that. So,
about classes you take, plus joy and work experience you gain are already shaping your future. Did you know that there's more you can do to start planning for your career in a fun and easy way? That's where NCCareers.org comes in with fun, interactive tools that will help you plan your future. Together with our partners, we provide students with high-quality career information on current and projected workforce needs. So how does it work? Start with simple tools like our Interest Finder by answering a few questions. See how you can align with 6 career interest types. Or use the Career Cluster Match to identify fields that match who you are, what you want to do, and your favorite school subjects. Then jump into Reality Check and visualize your lifestyle goals, like living costs and a savings plan to determine your future. change your spending habits. NCCareers.org narrows down over 800 North Carolina occupations that best fit your profile. Explore what the job requires, your potential salary, what the workplace is like, and the education and skills you need. Plus, watch a short video about each occupation. NCCareers.org can also help you start thinking about education and training opportunities after high school. Identify degrees and certificates offered at over 100 North Carolina colleges and universities. You can also connect with partners like CFNC for help with applying to and paying for college. We make planning for your future easy and simple. NCCareers.org. Dream it, plan it, be it.
And this is a tool that the teachers oftentimes use to make students aware of what jobs are trending and how much the pay or salary will be and what the requirements are. Credentials. As you can well see in the Southeast, we had 27,037 credentials, and 78%, we offered that 78% were given and out into the community or into the schools. This is a very important information, as I said earlier, with the House bill in relation to our 5th grade career awareness. We're trying to make our students more aware at an earlier age for them, so they can decide exactly what it is they want to do once they get to the high school and on into the future. So this past year, Ms. Tindall, in spite of COVID and everything going on, we're still trying to make it happen. Ms. Tindall visited all 4 of the elementary schools and did a survey, trying to figure out, make sure we're offering what the students would like to go into whenever they get into the high school, and to make them aware of what it is that we offer. Because some of the classes that we do not offer them, we tend to point the students towards LCC. So another thing that we planned on doing is a company called Everify, which is a free online tool that we already use at a high school level. We want to make sure our students in the 5th grade become very aware of this as well, and they will receive certification. And Everify can increase reading comprehension, vocabulary, math skills, STEM, real world, and real work, and also allow the students to have financial literacy when it comes to decision making, income, career, saving, and investing. The comprehensive local needs assessment. So the Reading Ring report, I think you may have a copy of that in your documents. And so as you may see, Jones County, we were, the only area whereby we are in the red is when it came to non-traditional programs. What does that mean? That means, like, for instance, if the students that were put in the automotive program, we may have had more guys in there than girls. And so typically automotive is a class, typically, that usually has males. And so what we're trying to encourage, Mrs. Andrews and Mr. Morgan and all of us, we're trying to encourage girls to go into that program as well. Because in time past, we've had students to be in that program also. So that's something that we have to market more in the future. Students going into classes that are typically maybe just cater for a certain gender. So this is something that Mr. Morgan and I have discussed, and it's a business academy, something that we're truly interested in hopes of having. And how would that work? Well, currently, Mrs. Tindall is already teaching marketing and marketing applications. Mr. Joyner is already teaching sales and business, principles of business, and all those classes. And Ms. Ava Williams, computer science. And so what we want to pitch to our students is that, okay, if you become a part of the business academy, and then you can go on and you can go into the ag, and you can go into the health science, you can go into the masonry, and you can go into the automotive and possibly start your own business. We want to go ahead and give them that business mindset, so when they graduate, they'll have a better understanding of what it is they want to do, and they'll have the business knowledge and not just only the hands-on knowledge of ag and masonry and automotive and health science. So this is something that we're looking into, and hopefully we'll get some buy-in from the students as to if this is something that they're interested in, so forth and so on. And with these courses also come credentials, as you can very well see here on this side where it says credentials. And you have that in your package. Just quickly with some of the program updates, what's going on in the business, finance, and entrepreneurship. We have not just Johnson County, but across the state of North Carolina now, we have what you call performance-based measures. And we have, CTE has somewhat stepped away from the testing part of it. It's more like hands-on. And performance-based measures process for both Sales 2 and Entrepreneurship 2 has been successfully implemented, meaning that Entrepreneurship 2 or Sales 2 will take a in-course test. The students will, throughout the entire semester, they have a rubric from the state, and they will go by that rubric and they can maintain obtain credentials, and they'll have hands-on artifacts whereby they can show you that they really, what was taught in that classroom, they really grasped it. So we think that's really good. This semester, we only have like 7 courses that we're actually having to test online. All the other courses are performance-based measures. So it's that proof that the students really understand what they are doing or what they were taught. Also, in the business class, new student council team formed for FBLA. Mr. Joyner also earned the customer service and sales certification from the National Retail Foundation. Just to recall, remember, he teaches sales, he teaches all the business courses, and students can also obtain this. And we have companies that are saying, if your student has these certifications, we will hire them, and they'll get a raise over and above the average person that would actually just come in the door. Family Consumer Science, which is our foods class, students are working on earning the CertSafe credential they will test this week. Students have been able to work in the kitchen while following the COVID guidelines, safety protocol, and get hands-on experience. And we also we piloted counsel and mental health 1 course. It has gone well so far. We have had quite a few students to sign up for that course, and we're really excited about this. It's brand new. We, as Jones County, we volunteered and said, hey, we want to offer that class to our students so they can have understand what counseling and mental health is all about through each stage of their life. Health science. Of course, you may have heard quite a bit about the HOSA program with Mr. Morale. The students have won at the regional level. They're a Gold Star chapter or Gold Star advisor. We've had Dakari Bryant and Sarah Mills, who are regional state officers, who do extremely well. Those students will be taking the CNA in June also. And even during the pandemic, the students have really been able to still get their hands-on experience also. Technology. Technology is taught by Ms. Ava Williams. They have a new club called TSA, which is going really well. And she also teaches all 7th graders exploring technology. This year, we plan on implementing computer science 1. We're really excited about that, and she's really eager to teach that as well. Marketing, the class is intended to teach. 86% of her students in the fall of 2020 took marketing applications and passed the state exam. 100% of the students passed the exam. And she also has a PBM as well in the spring called marketing. Masonry, Mr. Blanco's class, all Masonry 1, 2, and 3 students hold the OSHA 10-hour construction general safety certification. This will cause students that once they graduate, they can go and work on the site. And we are really excited about that. We've had quite a few success stories. I think Mr. Brown has a student working for him. They're currently for policy. Okay, all right. And also, good news, Mr. Blanco was recognized as a nominee for the National Society of High School Scholars Class Noble Educator of Distinction. So we're really proud of Mr. Blanco for this. A student nominated him, and so we're really proud. And in the midst of COVID as well, students have still experienced hands-on each day. The AG program is doing extremely well. We have a president, Madison Aloha. She's doing well. They had a can food drive, and they're doing great with that. Credentials, they've earned credentials as well. And just recently, they competed in the Coastal Plains Chicken Show in Lenore County, and they won. So we are really excited about that. Automotive, Mr. Perry. Automotive, is doing extremely well. He established a strategic partnership with Solar Ford as part of the Ford ACE program. The students have earned or will earn their SP2 credential in automotive, and they've had their hands on. They've still been doing things hands on, so we're excited about that also. The WLA program, 70% of WLA students are currently in meaningful work experiences. 2 WLA students made the principal list. 3 WLA students received CTE credentials, and we are really excited for Nick Humphrey. He was able to assist with the yearbook. And of course, we have our CTE Business Advisory Board. We meet twice a year. This is just a sample of us all coming together and sharing great ideas and getting good information on how we can make sure that our students leave work ready. And recently we had a virtual CTE Honor Society induction. This is the first one we ever had, and I think that it went really well. These are the number of inductees that we had, and the total number of students that are in the CTE Honor Society. So we are really excited about this. This is our first time that we have a student to receive apprenticeship, James Aragon. Once he graduates, he'll be working at Bosch, and that will be paying for him to go to school. And we are so happy for James. We just got the announcement last week, and so we don't know what else is going to have come out of this. We hope to have more students to apply for this. This past year, we had 8 students to apply, and James won. They were choosing 5 students, which included students from Craven County also. And this is a picture from the chicken show. And this is a hustle for State Leadership Conference. And we have a group of students we are so proud of. These are our CTSO, our club presidents. And so they wanted you to know who they were, who they are. So
That was one of my boys, man.
okay. I can see what you did. This is Assistant Mr. Parker. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
If you want, Ms. Lee, you can forward the video to us and I'll give it to the board. If you want us to do that.
I would have to do it again.
Zero.
Of America. And I feel that you can teach students valuable skills they can use in their life.
That's in my Google. There it is, right here. Okay. That's it. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, my name is Logan Bennett. I'm president of the Automotive Club. I'm out of this preparing for leadership in the world of work, and I'm in the road training.
My name is Diamond Moore. I'm a 10th grade student and I'm the president of TSA. TSA stands for the Technology Student Association. Our motto here at TSA is learning to lead in a technical approach. I am really excited because we are new graduates here and we do everything with the spirit of excellence.
Hello, my name is
currently serving as the president of the Young Senior High School FFA chapter, as well as the vice president of the News Federation FFA chapter. Our national FFA motto is learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, and living to serve. Anybody here at Young Senior High School can be a member of the FFA as long as they are enrolled in an agricultural course.
Hi, my name is Jacari Barnett. I am Young Senior High School Coastal President, as well as the North Carolina Coastal Southeast Region Secretary. It is our honor to lead others to unlocking their potential and creating innovative, diverse leaders that are career and work ready.
My name is Diamond Moore. I'm a 10th grade student, and I'm the president of the Future Business Students of America. And I feel that I can teach students valuable skills they can use in their lives and their careers. Let us bring your success to focus.
Thank you so much for your time. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, Ms. Lee.
Yeah, I enjoy hearing about the CT side. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Great job.
You just don't make them work ready.
I remember when Jacari Bryant was in a blanket. He drove up quick, man. He's fine.
Right, is there an approval that we needed to do in there?
There's a document that you and I will sign.
It's already done, it was approved last year, so we gotta we don't have to reapprove it, do we?
I can't hear.
I think she said it was,
We approved this last year.
yeah, she got
Said that
another.
they just had to have, they just need to re-sign it.
Re-signing up there.
Do we need to
Is
revisit
it
the
only
approval?
good for 1 year?
I thought she said two.
You said it was a 2-year thing when we approved it last year.
Which document is it? Is it in here?
I don't see it in my packet.
I don't see the actual document. Oh, there it is.
So,
This is says for 2021, 2022 local application, there's an agreement between the school board and the state. The application is part of the state board of education, so I can do approval.
we do need to approve?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Griffin made a motion, Mr. Brown seconded to approve the CTE Southeast Region Workforce and CTE Local Plan, is that correct? All in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Over to the approval of the update to 2020-21 summer school plan.
Good evening again. At the February 1st board meeting, we approved this plan, the 2020-21 summer program plan, which gave students in grades 3 through 12 an opportunity to receive remediation and take the assessment, whether it be the EOG or EOC. However, in lieu of House Bill 82, which is the Summer Extension Learning Recovery and Enrichment Program, which Dr. Thigpen spoke about earlier, that begins in June and ends mid-July. Many of the districts around us, pretty much all of them with the exception of, I think, maybe 2, have decided to not participate in this program this year because it's too much for students, both students and teachers. With that being said, House Bill 82 is a mandate by the state of North Carolina. So I'm asking for your approval tonight that we not participate in the summer program with summer state test administrators. And that will need to be signed by the board chair and the superintendent. It needs to be dated today. Any questions?
So we're unapproving it.
Yes,
So you're asking for unapproval,
yes.
not an approval.
An approval of an unapproval.
Yeah, okay.
Is this the same as summer school?
No,
This is two different things.
This is 2 different things.
Okay.
Are you gonna be able to get that straight, Mr. Attorney?
Which part?
The unapproved, The unapproval of the approval.
Well-
I think it'd be a motion to approve the recommendation for the summer program plan.
Right.
So moved.
I'll second.
Ms. Griffin made a motion, Ms. Fee, all seconded. All in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
We'll move over to our budget amendment number 3.
Good evening. We had received some additional funding for our, summer reading program that we were mandated to offer. And also some additional Title I funding. That's what this budget amendment represents. We just need your approval to make those changes to the budget.
I'll make the motion.
And I'll second.
Mr. Griffin made a motion
Do your
to accept.
recommendation.
Mr. Walston seconded. All in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
And over to the 2022 plan and budget resolution.
By general statute, we're required to present a planning budget to the board of commissioners by May 15th. The resolution presented to you tonight is the resolution we would like to present to them. I'll highlight a couple of things. As far as your Fund 01, which is your state funding, we lost a teacher position and a principal position, which covered 2 teachers. So as of right now, our plans are to cover those positions with the ESSER funds. Those funds will be available until 2024. And based off retirements and other types of things, we shouldn't have to, those problems should rectify themselves. We also have 2 teacher assistants that we do not have the funding to pay for. We're also going to move those over to ESSER funds. And the same type of situation with retirements, those positions should rectify themselves over time. We budgeted the ball fields, the debt service payment on the new school. And beyond that, your budget is pretty much the same thing as it was last year, as of right now. We'll come back to you in early July or maybe even late June with a more formal budget to approve for next year's operations once we get our initial allotments from the state.
We normally adopt the interim budget the very last week. Is that what you're talking about doing? We always do that, like the very last, like the Thursday of the end of the month. For the last 20 Sundays. I mean, all of them, we gotta do it before July 1, do we not?
Last year it was June 29th.
But that's what I'm saying, I thought I heard you say maybe do it in July.
We'll do an interim, but then hopefully in early July we'll have the
Okay.
initial allotments that will make it a more formal budget, not an interim budget.
Okay, I just didn't understand. That's why I was asking, I'm sorry.
I didn't speak clearly.
No, I think it was me.
This is all new to me. This had to be presented by May 15th to where?
The Board of Commissioners.
Board of Commissioners. And you don't have a statutory date to present a budget to the board, to the school board.
Yeah.
We just have to submit our proposed budget to the county commissioners. What do you mean? What are you driving at?
I'm just asking, our form presentation of the budget. You know, every year I got to present my board of budget before May, before a certain date.
The important date of the statute is the date that we present to the county commissioners. I don't think the statute says when the board has to, I mean, it's just basically the board has to, it has to be before the 15th so that we can then present it to the commissioners. But we can't fully adopt the budget until the county commissioners can decide whether.
Correct, but I just didn't know if we get a budget presented before that.
This would be the presentation of the budget to the board. If you have any specific questions, I'll be more than glad to try to help answer them.
Joey?
I think it's a little bit different for this year, and because of last year's COVID, we normally have like a budget workshop where you can go in and ask questions and stuff like that, but last year with COVID, we didn't really do it at all. All the years prior, especially with new board members, we would bring everybody in, we have a question to answer, to try to make sure everybody understands it. I've been on here a long time, I don't understand it all still.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
Yeah,
I guess what I'm getting at is when they get presented to us to go over that. And Colin, if you could just double check General Statute 115C 427. But that's all I was asking for.
Sure, no problem.
So I guess I'll be looking for a motion to approve the 2022 plan and budget resolution.
I'll make a motion to approve
Ms.
plan and budget resolution.
Ms. Fillon made a motion.
Are you gonna want a response to model before we vote on the motion? You're good either way. Are you seconding it now?
So I can answer your question. So the general statute does say that the budget together with the budget message shall be submitted to the Board of Education, not later than May 1st. That's what the statute says.
Nice one.
So you wanna translate that where I can understand it, or whatever you're trying to do?
Yeah, we should get a budget presented to us before May
It's a
1st.
formal
Formal budget
submission of the
presented to
budget
us.
before we show it to anybody else.
So what's our dilemma, Mr. Attorney?
Well, I don't think there's anything to do now besides move forward where we are. We have the deadline, May 15th, we have to submit the proposed budget to the county commissioners. The proposals of the board does not have to be in a public meeting. So, I don't know, when was the budget posted to, made available to the board? When was it provided in Word docs?
Thursday.
So that was before May 1st. Doesn't have to be a public meeting.
So when you posted the agenda, this was on the agenda, correct? So we met the guidelines. I'll second David's motion.
Motion to accept by Ms. Fillon, second by Mr. Griffin. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 5-0. Okay. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive closed session for personnel reasons pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-31811A1, 3, and 6.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Griffin,
Got a second?
second by Mr. Walsh. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 5-0. We're in closed session at this time.